Okay, so I saw this on Twitter. They said repost your least favorite album by your favorite band. My favorite band also happens to be the Beatles, and I have a pick. I had to go with Beatles for Sale. I mean, this album is just a downgrade from what came before it, if I'm honest. You know, they were really busy touring at a time, and then Beatlemania was going on as well, so they didn't have the time to sit down and write a whole lot of original material for this album. There are some original compositions on here, but it's mainly filled with covers and stuff like that. And the album definitely suffers from it. It definitely feels rushed and everything. They were constantly releasing something and everything because that's how it used to be back then. You know, you had at least an album a year, maybe two. And, you know, I feel like the album just isn't all that it could be. You know, I wish that they had more time to really work on the album and everything before they released it. And, you know, I think that this album actually isn't too bad. You know, now I would say it's a good album. I revisited it a fair amount. Some songs on this album I just plain don't like, such as Babies in Black, Rock and Roll Music, Honey Don't. I Don't Want to Spoil the Party is very mediocre in my opinion. Everyone's trying to be my baby. Those songs just don't really do a whole lot for me. But there's a lot of great things to like about this album. Like No Reply is a great song. I'll Follow the Sun is one of my favorite Beatles songs of all time. I'm pretty sure Paul McCartney wrote this whenever he was like 16. So to write a song like that young just proves why Paul McCartney is one of the greatest songwriters of all time. I like their rendition of Kansas City, Hey, Hey, Hey. I really enjoy 8 Days a Week. Words of Love, I believe this is a Buddy Holly cover, and I really enjoy it because it's literally like I went to go listen to the original and I hated it. I was like, what is this? But they really, you know, had the arrangement great to listen to. So overall, I would say that this album is like a 6 out of 10 at best. It's not a bad album. I've actually revisited it a fair amount, and I feel like it's grown on me because I really didn't used to care for it in the beginning. And it's better than a lot of bands' albums, I will say. But when you look at some of the great material they did before this, like I was talking about A Hard Day's Night, it has the title track, which is a great song. If I Fell is an amazing song. I love the harmonies on there. Oh, quick side note, I really like the Reba version of that song. It's a great cover. And then And I Love Her definitely is a classic for sure. And then Can't Buy Me Love, Things We Said Today, I'll Be Back. And then, you know, I even really like their debut album a lot. I think that, you know, there's grit to it. And even with the Beatles, and then you have stuff that would come after this, like Rubber Soul, which is one of my favorite Beatles albums. You have the White Album, Sgt. Pepper's, Abbey Road. I mean, they just have a lot better material. So yeah, lackluster for their standards, but not a bad album at all. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments about this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And let's continue that discussion.